Hello, folks. I'm back with a product review, but before I get to that, I want to thank everybody who participated in my video that said, "Why haven't I carried my P320?" And there was so much of an overwhelming response on that, and I enjoyed reading everybody's opinions about this particular subject matter. And that's what I like. Nobody had any wrong answers. It's everybody's opinion. So another thank you I want to give to this particular person. His name is Wheeled and Well Armed. He sent me these two patches, and they are really cool patches that he sent out. So what I'm going to do is, once I get my backpack, I'll be sticking those on there, or wherever I'm going to place those on my range gear. So I want to thank Wheeled and Well Armed for these nice looking patches. I don't know if he's planning to sell or these in the future, but yeah, feel free to go to his channel, and his channel has really good content, and he talks about some personal things and his challenges. So really check out his page, and you'll be able to know more about him. So it's Wheeled and Well Armed, and a big thank you to him. I was at the range today, and I'm just trying to get some time in because I've been really busy at the range I work at, and there's been a lot of sales, as you know, because of the pandemic sales and so forth. So I went to the range today finally, and I got a chance to shoot this bad boy. This is my Spartan II, and this one thing about this firearm is really, really good. 1911 firearm. Don't let the looks fool you. This is a really nice looking firearm. It has the Spartan helmet here, and of course the Spartan helmet right here with the logo non labe. I know I just pronounced it wrong, but it means come and take them. So I really had a good time at the range doing shooting this because, like I said, I've been pretty much busy. I've been trying to get some things done so I can get my range time in. And also, I want to show you some products that I've picked up, and one of the products is a light. Now, I normally don't put lights on my firearms, but I'm starting to really get into them. And excuse the camera movement; I'm in a cramped area, so I will be moving around, and I apologize for the camera shake. And what you see here, this is the Surefire Mini Scout Light Pro. This has been on the market, I guess, for a while, but this is my actual first, what you might call, quote unquote, rifle or light. So this particular light, I believe, is only in about, I think, 300 lumens, and I'll explain the reason why I decided to get one in 300 lumens. I live in a major city, so anything with, I would say, 1,000 or more lumens would be pretty much overkill. Now, even though there are street lights in the area where I'm at, I really think that you still should have one of these lights on your rifle, because if you live in a major city, you never know when there's a blackout. And the way things have been going lately, you might need to have some type of lighting to identify uh, your targets and to keep things well lit. So when you're in the street, if you have to be, you have some type of illumination. I have the switch here on top. This is also by Surefire. I'm sorry I don't have the model numbers with me, but they're just going to show you briefly. This is the constant button right here for constant on if you want to leave it on. And of course, the switch cuts it off. But there is a soft pad pressure switch right here where if you want to just press it, and right there, it would just light it momentarily as long as you keep your finger on the pressure pad. One of the things about this light is I think what I consider a negative. The runtime, I'm going to show you the box. The runtime is about an hour. I know some of these have the rechargeable batteries. I did not really check that on here because I was just trying to get this together real quickly. but I do have extra batteries for this particular light, so that's going to work out pretty well. As you see, I like to keep my firearms pretty much basic. I don't add a lot of things to them, and this was probably the one of the main upgrades that I wanted to do is get the light on. Of course, I have the MBUS Pro uh, backup irons right here, and as well as the Magpul front grip right here. And I also use this with my suppressor. So I use this flash hider type with a quick disconnect on my Omega 300. Also here, there's the trigger here. This is my Geissele Super Dynamic 3-gun trigger. It's a nice flat trigger, and I really like the feel of it because most of the firearms I have now are having flat triggers. So to me, I don't feel like I'm moving away from something that's pretty much being the norm for me with the flat triggers. It's almost what you would call uh, muscle memory. Now, I got this one a little while ago, and again, I just had this installed yesterday. This is the same trigger in this one, but this is going to be on the larger rifle here. By the way, this is the Daniel Defense V7P. This is the pistol variant, and this is its big brother, the V7. So I had this trigger installed. Now they do in this particular one. This is the lightweight version of the firearm. So it's the V7LW. Uh, One of the things I like is that they have the V7 in what they call I I think they call it the V7 Pro, and that trigger is already on this particular firearm. But since this was the lightweight, it came with its what they call their regular mil spec. Now there was nothing wrong with the trigger before, but I just wanted something to pretty much match and to keep the same trigger consistency. Up top here, you'll see that I have the Sig Sauer Romeo 4S. And I really like this particular sight on here. It's more of your holographic design, and and what I like is it's also solar powered. So if your this can run without the battery, provided that you have sufficient sunlight or some type of lighting source. Um, and here's another 6 hour uh, optic. This is the Romeo 5. I usually have this on the Romeo 5, or I believe it's the Crossfire from Vortex, on pretty much all my firearms. So regarding the trigger performance, I was just getting used to the trigger, and it was pretty much, if you saw the video before this, you'll see that how I shot the targets. And I'm going to show you the target, and this is shot at 20 yards. That's the full length of this, the range I go to. This is not the range that I work at, but I still have friends there. uh, these are at 20 yards. I felt as though that I was shooting a little bit too high. Maybe it's an adjustment that I need to do as far as my sighting goes, uh, or my other problem that I could see what I was doing. I don't use a bench. So a lot of people I know, they sight in their firearms using a bench. I usually am in a standing position, and I'm shooting this, what they call, I guess they refer to it as offhand. So I'm usually standing up shooting this my targets here. And for 20 yards, I wanted to get it centered, but some of these high shots here, I could feel that it was my fault shooting. But in any event, the trigger on this is uh, really nice. It's a crisp trigger. You pull the trigger. There's already a wall right there. Yeah, there's very minimal take up, if any take up at all. Uh, So once you fire that shot, it's crisp. Its reset is very short. So I just wanted to give you an update of what I was doing, trying to get some range time in. And uh, before I go, just want to show you again some my other targets with my, let's see here, the Spartan II. The Spartan II has really never failed me, and that's with these. This is roughly about 15 yards with this. I play around anywhere between 10 and 15 yards, so this is about 15, 13 yards. So, like I said, this may look like a glamorous firearm, but it's one of those firearms that mean business, especially when you have a really nice grip with the front straps and back strap checkering. It does have that distressed look on it. That what they do is what they did with the, I guess they call it the We the People series. They take a firearm and they throw it in a tumbler, and they give that beat up look and appearance. So no two guns are the same look because they're thrown in a tumbler. So I really like this firearm. It shoots very well, and I'm going to continue doing some more shooting with this. Uh, and that's all I have, folks. I just wanted to keep in touch, let you guys know what's going on. I will say this. So I just want to mention what I've been seeing at the range. One of the things I've noticed at the range is since I did that video about the why haven't I carried my P320, believe it or not, the P320 is like the number one seller over at the shop I work at because the Glock 19s are not always in stock. So the P320s in various configurations are the number one sellers. And at where I work at, one of the other sellers, the second sellers, is going to be the P365, another Sig product. So they either buy the XL or they buy the regular size, the regular size, which is the original size that they came out with. So those are the two big sellers that I see. The M&Ps, I don't know, they kind of like slowed down a little bit. Few Hellcats here and there, but uh, that's what I see at the store. So other than that, I'll try to keep doing some videos here and there. It's a little tough. I need to get more range time in, but to all of you guys, stay safe, happy shooting, #2A.